forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong.
Thank you very much, members of the press. I'm Babu Owino, Member of Parliament for Embakasi's constituency and a leader of Team Ground, the recently formed political movement that is doing the work under the doctrine of separation of powers, checks and balances, as was discovered or opined by Charles Louis de Montesquieu in the 17th century. So in this century, we are proceeding with this work to keep checks and balances on both the county governments and also the national government. Today, I want to issue the current sorry state of the Nairobi County government. Yesterday, the governor of Nairobi, Sakaja, did issue the state of the county, but to our surprise and the surprise of many Nairobians and Kenyans, there are so many flaws that has been committed in Nairobi County. To this extent, we have come up and analyzed the Auditor General's report that was released yesterday, 107-page report that is talking about the situation in Nairobi County. We have analyzed page by page from page 1 to the last page, which is page 107, and we have come up with the following fact, conclusion to which there is serious misappropriation of funds in Nairobi County. There is serious embezzlement of funds in Nairobi County. There is serious pilferage of funds in Nairobi County. There is serious defrauding of the hard-earned money for the Nairobians, and there is serious misrepresentation of facts. To be short, the factoids presented by the current governor of Nairobi County. And therefore, if we want, number one, we want to talk about the type of audit opinion. And number one is the unqualified opinion. If the auditor talks about unqualified opinion, means that things are okay and there is no any problem with the books of the account. If the Auditor General talks about qualified opinion, means that there are audit queries, but adequate information provided in the audited statements. And if they recommend a disclaimer, then it means that information provided for audit is inadequate. And lastly, if there is an adverse opinion, then it means that the situation is terrible because of material and pervasive breaches. In our situation, there is an adverse opinion from the Office of the Auditor General. And therefore, my analysis consists of 3 parts. Part A is the adverse opinion, and it reads, the Auditor General says that they cannot confirm the accuracy and completeness of the financial statements provided by Sakaja for the financial year 2022-2023. The difference in payment reported by the financial statements and the ledger, which ordinarily should be the same, is 5 billion Kenya shillings, which is lost, and that is found on page 2 of the Auditor General's report. Explain the 9 billion in pending bills. Also in page 2, the Controller of Budget did approve 17 billion. Out of the 17 billion, the Governor only paid 8 billion as pending bills, but 9 billion is lost. In addition to that, the pending bills balance, as indicated, is 98 billion, which the Auditor General says that could be hot air. Assets acquired by the county government are overstated by 320 million Kenya shillings, which is lost as per page 3 of the Auditor General's report. Next is the bank balances show that KRB, the RMLF indicates that 818 million Kenya shillings, that is what it indicates, while it should be 965 million Kenya shillings, which means that 147 million Kenya shillings is lost. Lost by lost means stolen or defrauded. Next is the recurrent account reports nil. The current account reports nil balance while it should have 365 million Kenya shillings, which means that 365 million shillings is also lost. Next is the revenue account shows closing balance at nil, while it should have been 1.9 billion Kenya shillings. Its opening balance also shows nil, while it was 1.3 billion Kenya shillings. Therefore, the total amount of money lost there is 3.2 billion Kenya shillings. That is found on page 3 of the Auditor General report. Part D of it says that balances of 561 million in 43 bank accounts not supported at all. Auditors cannot confirm the accuracy of cash balances of 1.44 billion Kenya shillings. Number 7, for assets acquired through NMS amounting to 620 million Kenya shillings, which is unsupported, payments were made of 3.5 billion shillings and a further 3.7 billion Kenya shillings found on page 4. Air was paid. By air, it can mean oxygen, carbon dioxide,